Picture from the pages of Popular Mechanics. And believe it or not, this is what it says right here. And before I go further, Popular Mechanics as well as Popular Science, those two magazines are my top favorites. I'm dead on serious. Is Popular Mechanics, Popular Science, and I think Discover. I used to have, I'm kind of kicking myself. I got to get back into those things. These things are like the basis of me in my science fiction writing, which, by the way, I got to put that in my memories. One thing, I got to get back to writing science fiction like I used to. That used to be my passion growing up in my early 20s. I got to get back to that one. And eventually we'll go back to go to school to become a better creative writer. But let's not put the cart before the horse. On this page of Popular Science, it talks about giant 3-pound rats trained to sniff out illegal poaching. So how wild is that? So I'm used to hear about rats being like, say, in New York City, other urban areas, terrorizing people. But if these guys are trained to pretty much like sniff out illegal poaching and all that, I'm there for it all day long. For starters, you gotta check out what this rat looks like. I tried to press the wrong button because I did before and start all over again, but check this out. Oh, you see this little guy? Let me see if I go wrong a little carefully up first. Looks like he got a jacket. This guy has a jacket. I mean, wow. Where's his hat, dude? Where is his hat? That is wild. These are trained rats. Believe it or not, rats are a lot more intelligent than you can imagine. Like, I'll put it this way. The day that the rats become really intelligent and that they come after us, we're done. We're done because they can live almost anywhere, even in cold areas. So, yeah. So between rats and crows, and keep in mind, crows have the intelligence of a 7-year-old, yeah, the day decided to go, like, let's take out the humans, yeah, we have a problem. But anyway, going back to these giant 3-pound rats trained to sniff out illegal poaching. And this one says here, these 11 African giant pouch rats with special smells could remember scents for months. How wild is that? So it's like a micro version of a bloodhound in a very funny way. Goes on to say, when deployed into a real-life setting, trained rats like this would be able to pull a small ball attached at the chest or at their chest of their vest. Yeah, the vest would work. I can't get used to a rat with a vest. That is wild to me. But anyway, a ball attached to the chest of their vest, which emits a beeping sound. This way, rats will be able to alert their handlers when they detect a target. Okay, again, let's say if the rat's like going through some packages trying to find like, okay, if this has either like elephant ivory, rhino horn, an African tree they have, or any other thing they have, the moment they find something illegal, just like pull up the ball, boom, beep, beep, that's it. That tells the handler like, hey, something shady's going on. I love that. That's pretty cool. That is so cool. Goes on to say, giant African pouch rats. I'm not going to try to pronounce their scientific name. I'm not going to try that. Could be the next line of defense in illegal wildlife trade. A team of researchers had trained these 3-pound rats, that's awfully big, to pick up the scent of elephant ivory, rhino horn, pangolin scales. They're like, they remind me of armadillos. But for some weird reason, even though they looks kind of, you would think they're scary, to me they look kind of cute, you know. That's me why. If I can try to see, I could pull up like a short video of them and talk about them, the pangolins. They look cute, I'm not gonna lie. They're illegal to have, but they're cute little guys. And also a small tree called African blackwood. Okay, all these animals and plants are listed as threatened or high risk of extinction and are illegally trafficked. Sad, you know, between like the elephant, rhino, and the pangolin. Yeah, we gotta do way more to protect these guys, way more. The findings are detailed in a proof of principle study published October 30th in the Journal Frontier of Conservation Science. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to put a copy of the link there. You can see it all for yourself. Pretty incredible stuff here. Our study shows that we could train African giant pouch rats to detect illegally trafficked wildlife, even if it has been concealed among other substances. Okay, that's interesting. Study co-author and Kino's Foundation behavioral scientist Isabel, what the heck? Elizabeth Zott. I'd like to say Zott, yeah. Her last name is, no lie, Szott. So I can say Zott or Zot. I'm gonna say Zot because it sounds cooler. Said in a statement, sniffing out things. Previously, African giant pouch rats have been trained to detect explosives. Wow, these guys ain't getting paid enough. It's like a Hurt Locker for rodents. If you haven't seen Hurt Locker, check that out too. I'll try to remember to put that in the links. Trained to detect explosives and even pathogens that causes tuberculosis. Yeah, these guys should get hazard pay too. Come on. This new study to test their ability to detect wildlife scents was conducted at APOPO. The Tanzanian-based nonprofit organization aims to protect both people and animals with trained rats and other scent-detecting animals. Okay, so rats might not be the only thing. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool you got a rat in a vest. That is pretty cool. Okay, so it included 11 rats. They gave them names. You got to check this out. They gave 11 rats names. Here are the names of these 11 rats. Christy, Marty, Attenborough, Irwin, Betty, Teddy, Ivory, Ebony, Desmond, Deru, Fosse. You can't make this up. Click the link. Just click the link. You see it for yourself. I'm going like, you're tripping. You got to click the link. It's unreal. All of them underwent several stages of smell training. During indication training, they learned to hold their noses for several seconds while inside of a hole where the target scent was placed. If the rat correctly performed what the team called nose poke, they were rewarded with flavored rodent pellets. You better do better than that. I mean, but like I said, the names are killing me, but you see the vest. You saw the vest though. That's they're rocking that vest. I gave them that. They're rocking that vest pretty good. Related, rats may have imaginations. Really, I want to do things dream. Could probably do dream. Next, the rats were introduced to some non-target odors. This included coffee beans, electric cables, and washing powder. Oh, that's gonna be tricky. Wildlife traffickers often use these objects to mask the smell of wildlife. That's true. That's how slick they try and be. During the discrimination stage, careful with that word, discrimination, rats learn to only signal the odors of wildlife targets while ignoring non-targets, Zot said. Zot. The rats were also trained to remember smells. At the end of this training, they would reintroduce the smells they haven't not encountered for 5 or 8 months. Okay. Even with such a long period of non-exposure, they show high retention scores. Their cognitive retention performed exponentially strong as a dog's. Yup. If it's all part of a bloodhound, that's a big deal. Dog's sense of smell is very, very sensitive. It's way more sensitive than a human. I promise you. I forgot how high, but it's way more sensitive than a human's. 8 rats were able to identify 4 commonly smuggled wildlife species among 146 non-target substances by the end of the training. That is impressive. That is very impressive. Okay, go on here. Existing screening tools are expensive and time intensive, and there is an urgent need to increase cargo screening, said Zot. APOPO rats are cost-efficient scent detecting tools. They can easily access tight spaces like cargo in packed shipping containers, or can be lifted up high to screen the ventilation systems of sealed containers. Yep. Oh yeah. Getting rats on the job. According to the team, a good next step is to develop ways for the rats to work in the ports where smoke of wildlife is trafficked. These include the ports of Mombasa, Kenya, Dar es Salaam, and Zanzibar in Tanzania, according to data from the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. So we got some crime-fighting rats. That's pretty rad. To do this, the rats will be outfitted with custom-made vests. They can use their front paws to pull a small ball attached to the vest, the chest of the vest, which emits a beeping sound. This way, the trained rats will be able to let their handlers know where the target, where they detect the target. How is that? Of course, they have a bell on a rat. Well, they have a bell on a cat. Why not a bell on a rat? Let me see. Without screwing this up. Check this out, folks. Yup. Vest and a bell. That's pretty rad. That is pretty rad right there. Radical rat. I was supposed to have been called Splinter. Come on. How you miss the opportunity to call one of the rats Splinter? Come on, guys. Come on. With their front paws, they could be able to pull a small ball attached to the chest of the vest, which emits a beeping sound. That would the rats would be able to alert their handlers when they detect the target. Okay, that's been stated already. One is down. The vests are a great example of developing hardware that could be useful across different settings and tasks, including at a shipping port to detect smuggled wildlife. Study co-author and Duke University neuroscientist Kate Webb said in a statement. That is pretty cool. While the rats in the study could successfully identify the scents related to trafficking wildlife, there are still some limitations. I can imagine. The study conducted in a controlled environment, so it is not reflective of the whole world settings where wildlife is commonly trafficked or screened by scent detection animals. In order to deploy these rats, new methods needed to be developed according to the team. Wildlife smuggling is often conducted by individuals engaged in other illegal activities, which include, unfortunately, human, drug, and arms trafficking. Yeah, we still got to get those addressed too, especially human, no question about it. Especially with children, yes. We got lay that hammer down on that problem hard. Drug trafficking, another one too. We got to drop that hammer hard on that one. And arms dealing, that's another one. These three are like the big bad three we gotta take deadly serious because it is that serious. Said Webb. Therefore, deploying rats to combat wildlife trafficking may assist with the global fight against networks that exploit humans and nature. I agree. If these rats can be deployed to help be involved to fight the other three things, maybe human trafficking, drug, and arms dealing, that's a great thing. That'd be a godsend, in fact. And I believe that is it, though. So what are your thoughts on this, folks? I think it's pretty rad. I say click on the link and other links involved. I think it's pretty fantastic. What's your thoughts about this? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Share, like, subscribe. Peace out.